closing all around this cloud, the swirling mists of my despair, whispering you're out of time, there's no more you can bear. Drawing near, I see them now, reaching down and reaching out, pulling me away from everyone I ever loved. And I feel myself slipping, I feel myself giving in and giving up. Am I giving up? Oh, the midnight hounding me, God, don't let me lose hope. Remind me of your promises, the love that you have shown. Help me carry on in faith, fight back the nightmares that I face. Oh, be my light in this pitch black night. Fight to stay alive. I'm trying to make my heart keep beating. I'm so lost, I'm so alone. When joy is gone and life is fleeting, can I go back to who I am? Can I go back to how it was before the sickness found its mark? Before I was invaded by the dark. Oh God, please save me now. Come find me, draw me back somehow. I need you more than ever, Lord. I can't hope to beat this on my own. Remind me of the promises, the love that you have shown. Help me carry on in faith, fight back the nightmares that I face. Be my light in this pitch black night. This pitch black night. This pitch black night. The night, the tattered, scattered winds, forgetting the dangers, inviting you in. Wicked sickness, a nightmare fancy. Are you really here? Alive, it bends until it breaks, romancing the shadows, savoring the aches, lucid weakness. Don't stop to wonder, are you really here? Here in this present darkness as it swallows you I keep asking myself, what happened? Was it something that I did? Was it something that I am? I keep asking myself, why did you do this? Raising hopes so they can fall. Think it meant anything at all. So many regrets, so many lost hopes. I'm holding them in, I can't seem to let them go. I wish I could say I've learned from the pain, but I don't know if I'll ever be okay. Why will nothing stop this ache? Why were hearts made to break? I keep telling myself to forget what happened. It doesn't really matter, and I'll be better someday soon. But I just can't shake the same old feelings. I'm so sick of being stupid and so tired of being fake. And it's hard to breathe, it's hard to think, 'cause I can't see where to go from here. God, stay with me. Please help me believe that you see everything. And I'm not forgotten. So many regrets, so many lost hopes. I'm holding them in, but I need to let them go. One day I will say I've learned from the pain, that I know I should never lose my faith. But why does nothing stop this hate? Why were hearts made to break? Why were hearts made to break? Why was my heart made to break?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Storytellers Gala. We're glad you found us very fittingly on this Giving Tuesday. We are Solace Theater. Our goal is to entertain audiences, engage hearts, and explore biblical truth in a relatable way. So tonight, we want to both entertain and inform you. We have some wonderful performances, as well as some guest speakers to share their personal accounts. If you like what you see in here, check us out at solacetheater.org. So first up tonight, we have a video to give you a glimpse at what it looks like backstage from the beginning to the end of a production. Check it out.
Can I grab the chair for this?
No.
No.
You have to mime a chair.
I believe Ellie. You have to do the entire scene.
Well, I don't know much about healing hearts or piecing together broken parts. I spent my time on dreaming I could never look away. But I've heard the truth that I can't forget, and I've met the one who gave me breath. He told me a secret, he called me his own. We're all failures and rejects and weirdos and defects, but embraced by our Maker all the same. are loved and you are seen. You're made of tougher stuff than you have ever known. An image of forever. You are cherished, you are home, handmade by a God on his throne. There's eternity in your bones. Maybe we're too young to understand, or much too old to make amends, or maybe we are where we're meant to be. So defy the world that doubts your faith. Don't stand alone, don't be afraid. You've got strength they don't even know. You've
What is
got
up,
eternity.
Instagram?
Hello, everybody.
in your bones.
3 hours to places.
3 hours? All right.
Why are you here 3 hours? Yes.
Wait, the show's in 10 minutes.
Crap.
You are loved and you are seen. You're made of tougher stuff than you have ever known. An image of forever. You are cherished, you are home, handmade by a God on his throne. There's eternity in your bones.
Yay. We really enjoyed looking back and kind of seeing, you know, all of the things. We miss all of the things so much. I'm Aaron Phillips. This is Jeremy Phillips. He's my husband. We started Solace Theater. I'm also the CEO. We write the shows. Jeremy helps produce, and it's a lot of fun. So, yes, Solace Theater. So we started Solace Theater a couple years back now because we saw a great need for it in our community. There are so many awesome theaters here in the Raleigh area, but we felt like there was a good need for an explicitly gospel-centered theater here in Raleigh, especially because there are so many Christian artists here. And we really wanted to give them a place to serve, but also, you know, solace means comfort and brokenness, and we feel like that's something that the gospel really does. That's what Christ does for us every day in our sin and in the struggles of life, but it's also something that theater does, is it gives comfort and perspective, and it's a really awesome tool. So that's why we started Solace. That's why we do all of this. We're so thankful for our monthly donors. Yeah. They have been such a backbone for us since the beginning and really continue to be that so much this year. And we have some amazing volunteers who come out to work backstage, who are on stage that you've seen or you haven't seen. And so it's been really cool over the past few years to get to know so many amazing creatives and art craftsmen and all those different kinds of things that are in our area. And a bunch of them are here. They're really cool. And yeah, they're very cool.
Yeah.
So our mission at Solace, like Michael mentioned before, is to entertain audiences, engage hearts, and explore biblical truth in a relatable way. And so we've really seen God grow us as a theater, where every show is better, and we're learning and we're growing and producing amazing quality content. And we were really excited about this year and all that we had learned, and finally getting to do some awesome shows. And then something happened, and then we couldn't do Scarlet.
Well, it was. I think that 2020 was hard for us. I think it was hard for other people. Maybe. Pretty sure it was hard for everyone. 2020 was the worst. But, looking back now, 2020 was a time when God, he grew us and he challenged us a lot. Solace had to adapt to the times, and we did. And a big reason that we were able to do that was because of our monthly donors. And that's what, a big part of tonight is about that. It's about celebrating what we were able to accomplish in 2020 through the support of those people who gave generously and faithfully throughout the year. That's everything. That's everything. And we learned how important that was when the world shut down. Suddenly, we're a theater company with no venue, with no revenue. We did not bring in money in 2020 through theater. We were very much flabbergasted, how are we going to function in this new world that we're now living in? but we were able to fall back on our monthly donors who stayed consistent and faithful the entire year. We're so thankful. If you were a monthly donor for 2020, we are so, so thankful for you. Everything that we were able to do this year was because of you. It was because of you.
And this year was really interesting because, like Jeremy said, we didn't do a single ticketed performance, but we offered as many things as we could offer for free. We offered. Yeah. We did online watch parties for every single production that we've done so far at Solace. We did Fairy Tale, the web series, which was crazy.
It was really hard.
Yeah. It was such a challenge and stretched us in so many ways.
It was awesome. It was so great, and we were able to produce. Thank you. We were able to produce something that we were really proud of. We were able to engage with a community of artists that were desperate to work in a way that was safe, in a way that was carefully monitored to make sure that we were following all the COVID-19 guidelines, but still doing something where we could be together, working and making something incredible. And we did. It was really hard. We're definitely a theater production company, not a film production company, but we were able to do it, and that's because of monthly donors.
Yeah, and we really saw God's grace all throughout the summer as he not only protected the health of our cast, but also kept the rain away constantly because we were filming outside. And I think one thing we really learned this summer that we're definitely going to be carrying forward into 2021 is just that, God is totally in control, and every single one of our plans can be upset, and that doesn't mean that God isn't doing something incredible. And so we're super committed to still bringing you amazing theatrical content in whatever way we're able to do that in 2021. We have some great plans that we're,
we got huge plans.
We're cautiously optimistic for, such as Joan and Neverender and a Playwrights Festival. But we are committed to being innovative and being creative and continuing to do whatever needs to be done to bring the gospel and hope in Christ to our community through the arts in whatever way we have to do that.
Yeah. So, for 2021, one of the shows we were really excited about doing was called Rosie and the Magnificent Neverender. And we have plans, we're still planning on doing that show, God willing, hopefully. But when that show got canceled, we still wanted to put something out to represent what the show was. And so we called our friends. We called our theater community here with Solace. We're like, hey, guys, let's...
We were all in lockdown.
This is when we were in lockdown. Remember that? Oof. And we're like, hey, guys, sit in front of your phone or your webcam or a camera or whatever and sing this song. And we sent everyone the song, and they sent us videos. We had 27 artists, I think, who all sent in videos, and we put it all together, and we did a song from Neverender called Dauntless Day. And we're going to play that video for you now. So please enjoy Dauntless Day from Neverender. Yeah!
Sounds echo down the spiral streets, they're spinning out into the bay. With each morning they arrive to set the moon and start the day. The age of change of cogs and coils set the stage.
My world stretched wide in the breaking icy possibilities I've been waiting for my whole life. Now it's finally time to ride that rail to ride in the sunny sky. It's a dauntless day dawning now. The clock keeps ticking, time till the waking. Holding fast to buckle down tightly. Brace for the impact. Tomorrow starts today. Our dauntless day.
And we're off again, racing, running just to keep up with the world that's on the edge.
On our way, hitting our stride. So brace yourself as the future arrives.
Dreams are bigger than hours in a day, and my life is shorter than the crazy plans that I've already
It's a dauntless day dawning now. The clock keeps ticking, time till the waking. Holding fast and buckle down tightly. Brace for the impact. Tomorrow starts a dauntless day dawning now. The clock keeps ticking, time till the waking. Holding fast and buckle down tightly. Brace for the impact. Tomorrow starts today. Tomorrow starts today. Our dauntless day. Our dauntless day. Our dauntless
Oh man, that makes me so happy seeing that. Yeah, it was a really fun time, and it was fun to get to connect with people in a new way, to kind of be like, we're separated, we're far apart, but we're still working together. We can still make cool stuff together. Speaking of cool things and cool people, I get to introduce someone that I love dearly, someone who I've known for years and I've gotten to work with this year with Solace, but who's been a part of us for a long time. And he's going to share just a bit of his experiences being in shows, going to see shows, and how it's impacted him. Please welcome the wonderful, the incomparable William Troutman. Come on up, William.
I don't know. You bowed, so I bowed. I don't know. Hello. Welcome to the 2020 Storytellers Gala. So my experience with Solace starts, I guess, when I met Jeremy and Aaron 5 years ago. I realized the other day that it's been 5 years that I've known you guys, and, that was crazy. So anyway, yeah, my experience with Solace started back in 2018, I think, back when I saw the first ever Solace show, Fractured. And it was a ton of fun to watch that. Because back in 2018, I was going through a really hard time in my life. I was going through a really dark period where I was struggling with a lot of depression, a lot of really hard things that were just very difficult to go through at the time, and I felt very alone in all of my struggles, and just didn't have a lot of motivation to do things, and didn't have a lot of just happiness or joy in anything that I did. One of the things that helped keep me motivated was actually taking piano lessons from Jeremy, because I was taking lessons from him at the time. And during one of our lessons, he was like, "Hey, do you want to come to see the Fractured dress rehearsal?" And I was like, "Heck yeah, that's awesome." So he let me come. So, I'm sitting in the Fractured dress rehearsal, and I'm watching the show, and I just break down crying, because everything that was on that stage that Jeremy and Aaron had wrote and that everyone in that show performed amazingly was everything that I was going through in my life, was everything that I had struggled with for months prior to that. And it really felt like that was something that God used in a miraculous way to help turn my life around and help me to start working through some of the issues and start dealing with the darkness that was in my own life. And it was just an amazing experience to watch that show. So that obviously immediately got me hooked into Solace, because it was amazing. So I watched every show after that. So I went and saw Valkyrie, I saw Jake and Rachel, I saw Memoriam, and I was like, one of these days I'm gonna get to do a Solace show. I want to do one so bad. So finally, spring of this year comes around, and Scarlett's coming up, so I'm like, I'm gonna audition. I was dead set on auditioning, so I did, and I get cast in the show. And we, start ramping everything up, and we get all the rehearsals going and everything. And it was an amazing experience for me to be around just a bunch of super encouraging people. I think probably one of my favorite memories from that show was when Michael took all of us guys out into the lobby, It was just like, we're just going to have like a guy talk. So he just sat us all down and he was like, so like, what's been going on with you guys? Like, what are you struggling with? What do you need prayer for? What are you dealing with? Like, let's just talk about it. And so we spent probably the next 45 minutes to an hour just talking and praying and sharing struggles. And that was great for me because that was another hard time in my life where I was going through a lot of changing circumstances. And I had been pulled out of surroundings that I had gotten comfortable with and was just in a lot of new environments. And it was very hard for me to adjust. But having those people there who would come around me and encourage me and give me just amazing advice and were just very much like a family to me during that time was incredibly helpful. So fast forward to like the end of Scarlet, where we didn't actually get to perform the show on stage in the capacity that we wanted to perform it, but we were still able to do it once and record it and put it out there and still bless people with it. And that was amazing, and I will always cherish the memories and all of the people that I met during that. So fast forward a little bit to summer of this year when Jeremy and Aaron announced the Fairy Tale web series. Yeah. So I was like, that's super cool. Like, what's that all about? That sounds awesome. So, I'm looking at it and I'm like, that'd be cool to be in. And then Jeremy and Aaron call me up and they're like, hey, you want to be in it? And I'm like, heck yeah. I mean, of course. So that was awesome. Now, when they asked me to be in it, I didn't originally know that I was going to be playing half the cast. But, that's okay. No, but like that was an amazing experience because that during an insane time in everyone's life, I think, we were able to come together as a group of people, as a cast, as a family, to perform, to film, and just to put out this amazing thing that encouraged so many people. And it was an amazing time for me because it really stretched me as an actor because I'd never done film acting before. I'd only ever done stage acting. And everyone there was so encouraging and gave great advice, and I really grew as an actor during that time. And yeah, it was amazing. So yeah, thank you all for tuning in, and please consider becoming a monthly donor. And speaking of Fairy Tale, we have a wonderful highlight reel from that whole process that we'll play right now for you guys. So yeah, enjoy.
Every day ever after young, we know Alexander will save us. Fighting wizards and slaying dragons, it's just like a fairy tale.
I will be the hero that you know I am. Rise up and defend. I'll be the vanguard standing tall against the night. God will not abandon me to fight alone. He'll help me to believe. Even when my courage fails, He will make me strong. I'll be your hero. I'll be your hero.
I am crafted by my Savior. He knows every weakness, He knows every secret. Before my life began, He loved me for who I am. He is with me on this journey. I am moving onward, I am pushing forward down the road less traveled to the great unknown. When no one stands beside me, still I know I do not go alone. You do not go alone. You'll never be alone.
Every day ever
fairy tale. Makes me feel all warm and fuzzy. And also a little bit PTSD. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now there's
Really
people
hot.
on stage. It's really hot in here.
No, it was really hot.
It was really hot
I'm
out there.
sorry.
No, you know, it's nice. Good job, AC. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to talk briefly about one of our upcoming plans for 2021, God willing. We hope. So 2021 in the fall, we have got this amazing, cool, fun, new, weird thing that we've got planned, that we've already got a team together for, that we've already got big plans for, and it's called the Solace Theater Playwrights Festival. Heck yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Thank you for the support. I need that. The Playwrights Festival. It's a new thing that we're doing. Hopefully first of many. Maybe. So what it is we're going to open up submissions to playwrights in the area to write 10-minute plays. So writers all over Raleigh can gather together under a common theme and write new 10-minute plays just for this festival. And then we'll produce them. So Solace will provide them with a budget and a venue and creative staff and actors and whatever they need. And if they want to bring in their own directors and their own actors, they can do that. And if they need help, if they're lonely writers like we were, then we'll find people for them. And we'll put on a show. So the Playwrights Festival will be a weekend-long event where we'll have workshops, Q&As, we'll have time where we'll spend time with writers and directors. We'll also do performances of the short 10-minute plays. The writers will get a chance to talk to the audience about what their process was, what their inspiration was, take questions from the audience. And another thing we'll be doing through that I'm kind of excited about is Aaron and I are going to be premiering new work at the Playwrights Festival. We're going to be doing a stage table read of a brand new musical that no one's ever heard. Mostly because it's not 100% done yet. It's about 50% there. But the first 50%, it's really good. It's solid. I'm excited to show you guys. And we're going to be doing a stage table reading of that script, including having a band play all of the songs. It's kind of like this band. Oh. Yeah. So what we thought tonight would be fun is we're going to play you a song from that upcoming musical that will be premiering at the Playwrights Festival. It's fall 2021, probably. We're very excited about it. So please enjoy sticking around. You guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
Ready? Okay. I wake up every morning, hear the rooster sing a tune. It's horrid and it's wearying, but still I listen through. That's just how it goes in the sleepy little hole. It ain't good, it ain't nice, but it's home.
Well, people here are rotten, but no one says a word. Hear about Molly Mae done kicked old Thomas to the curb.
It's a grand old cheap lying scheme in sight here to behold. It ain't much, it ain't great, but it's home. No sicker town and carry on the likes of this here place. And I reckon we should all be packing up to move away. But home is where the heart is rusted out, though it may be. So I suppose I'm sticking around here for today.
Everyone's a crook here, watch how they smile and wave. Judgment's coming soon, but they're just digging their own graves. But the Lord sees fit to raise the sun up every morn. It ain't good, it ain't nice, but it's home.
It's home. No sicker town and carry on the likes of this here place. And I reckon we should all be packing up to move away. But home is where the heart is rested up, though it may be. So I suppose I'm sticking around here for today.
People say it's rotten here. I admit sometimes it is. But I try to see the good all the same. Flowers still bloom and grow. Stars shine brightly here, you know. After all this
this here place, and I reckon we should all be packing up to move away. But home is where the heart is rusted out, though it may be. So I suppose I'm sticking round here for today, 'cause this place may soon end up a fitting grave. So I suppose I'm sticking around here for today.
That was a lot of fun. I really like that song.
I like singing with you guys.
All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to hear a testimony from my good friend Katie Peachey. I got to know Katie really well over the summer because I played her mom. It was so much fun. And so I hope you guys are as touched by her testimony as I am. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Hi, my name is Katie Peachey, and I joined Solace for the 2019 summer production of Valkyrie. I played Allie, and since then I have been backstage, I've been on stage, I've been on wood ground, I've done a lot of different roles here, and while the experiences have all been different, the common thread has been the power of just finding a Christian community outside of your own church community. I think finding people who are different, who aren't your normal circle, but still have the same root in Christ, it's an absolutely vital part of my life now. I can't imagine my life without it going forward. You know, Valkyrie was the start of everything. I was not interested in auditioning at all at first. My friends were saying, oh, but it's about anxiety, and you have anxiety, and you sing good. And I was like, I don't know, because I didn't know Solace yet. I didn't know Aaron and Jeremy. I didn't know how things were done here. And so we get there and we're doing Valkyrie, and it's the time of my life, and I'm playing with swords. I feel, you know, despite the fact that this character I'm playing is supposed to be, you know, not weak, but learning her way and really, really overwhelmed, but feeling the power that comes with doing that in a controlled way was really cool. And one moment that really sticks out is one of our group prayers before a show, and it might have been opening night. And so I'm in this room with a whole lot of people, and we're all just sort of taking our turns, lifting up our prayers. I'm just sobbing, absolutely, like, can't stop it, full makeup, gonna have to redo it after. It was just that the power of prayer overwhelmed me. And prayer is a place where in my personal life I am not super great, but I'm losing my mind crying. Everyone's faith was strong and loud, and it was all right in front of me. Since then, I've got people who I can just reach out to. That whole experience was really overwhelming and really powerful. So a few months after that, we were back for Memoriam, and a big theme in that show is spiritual warfare, which I had no experience with going into. Apparently, it is a big part of a lot of people's lives, or at least more evident. I mean, it looked very evident backstage at Memoriam. A couple people were really struggling. Once again, the power of prayer. After one Saturday rehearsal, somebody who was really struggling, we were like, okay, let's make a little circle and let's just pray on this. So, you know, we go through Memoriam and fast forward to Scarlet. Scarlet's coming, and it's the spring show. So, you know, I had a big part in Valkyrie because it was the summer show. I didn't have much else going on, but school is hard for me. And so I hadn't been involved in a show during school. So I was really, really, really worried about how that was gonna go. I didn't want to, you know, I wanted to have something other than school to focus on, but I didn't want to take away from it. I didn't want to put myself in a position where my energy would be zapped. I didn't see a way for it to work out. Throughout Valkyrie and Memoriam, I'd been picking up on a little theme that I was trying to ignore, of you really can't do it without God. And I like to think, well, you know, I have to try, and because I have to put effort into things, that means that I have to be good at it, and I have to do it myself, and I have to be independent. And so I decided to audition, and if I didn't get in, that was God saying no. But I did write down on my audition form, do not give me any lines. Do not give me lines. The cast list comes out and I'm near the bottom because I have very little lines, because Becca was very nice about honoring my needs and wishes. And so we get into Scarlet and we get into the rehearsal process, and I'm like, okay, I need to go home on Saturday after rehearsal, straight after, and like do work. But then people were like, we're going to Panera after. Do you want to come to Panera with us? And I can't say no to socialization with people that I care about. And so I'm sitting there feeling kind of guilty because it's like, oh, I'm not honoring what I said I was going to do. What actually happened was when I took that time to rest and when I took that time to be invested in conversation with those people, I still had time to get everything done, which doesn't normally happen for me. So I'm like, okay, this is new, this is interesting. And then the world shuts down. The coronavirus shows up, and all of this hard work and all of this evidence of God being at work in my management of my time seems to be for nothing. But then we have our last day of Scarlet. We do the show as best as we can with what we were supposed to have 2 more weeks. It didn't quite work out the way any of us were initially planning for it to. We still saw God working through it. We had no idea what was coming for the rest of 2020. We were still very early on in it. We had that time of fellowship and community and laughter and crying. We cried a lot. And we got to share in that time of togetherness right before the world was gonna kind of put an end to physical togetherness for a while. And we had a big old group prayer right before that last day when the Solace board was in a room deciding the fate of the show. And I'm already crying, and if I hadn't started crying then, maybe I would have gone through without crying later, but I don't know, because I was crying anyway. Once again, most of the things we were praying for were, whatever happens, God, do your work. Not that I don't think prayer is important, just that it's the thing that I have the hardest time prioritizing. I see it being strengthened through Solace. Where I'm weak, not only is God strong, but the body of Christ is strong and has been lifting me up through all of that. And when I'm really lonely, it's not just that, well, no matter how lonely you feel, God is there. God has also put people in my life. You've got people who you can reach out to when you've got worries on your heart, and they'll do the same. Knowing that there's an army of people out there who are praying for God to continue working through me in the world is monumental. And I am so thankful to Solace for being that place where I've found that. And I hope that it can continue to be that place for all of you too.
On. Hello. So thank you, Katie, for sharing that. I met Katie during Valkyrie. It was super amazing because I cast her as the lead. I was directing that show, and we really got to know each other over the course of that show really well, just getting coffee and talking about the character and talking about her life and sharing experiences and encouraging one another with the gospel. And that was just a really sweet time. And then to have her with us then through everything following has been super wonderful. So, we keep talking about this thing that you can do if you really want to support Solace, especially, not everyone can act or sacrifice time to do a show, but you know what you can sacrifice? Just 1 cup of coffee. So we talk about monthly donors, and really a monthly donor of any amount, even just $5 a month, makes a huge difference for our theater. And they cover our monthly expenses, they cover our utilities, but they also help to cover our production costs. They help us to pay our directors and our choreographers and our editors who put in so much time for us here at Solace, and they make so much sacrifices in their own lives to help us do what we do. And so we're so thankful for that. So we want you to become a monthly donor. I'm not going to talk too long about this, but we always thank our monthly donors in special ways. You can see all of those on our website at solacetheater.org/donate. But tonight we want to give a few extra gifts because it is Giving Tuesday. And so as a little incentive for you to give to us, we want to give something back to you. So depending on what you sign up for, how much you want to give each month, we have a gift that we're going to send to you. You can sign up to become a reoccurring monthly donor. On our website, solacetheater.org/donate, there's like a linky-do somewhere. So I'm just going to talk through these incentives real fast. First, if you sign up for just $5 a month, we're going to give you a memoriam CD. Yes, all of our music is on Spotify except for Fairy Tale. Jeremy, get on that. But we also have physical CDs that are limited edition. So we want to give you one of our limited edition memoriam CDs if you become a $5 a month monthly donor. Now, if you want to become $10 a month, we have this really awesome new piece of merch that we got, which is a mug. And mugs are super awesome in the winter when you're drinking not only coffee, which is year-round, but also hot teas and nummy cocos and all of those things. So you can buy a mug for $10, or you can just get one for free by also giving us $10, but then for a whole month for a year. So $10 a month. If you become a monthly donor of $25 a month, you get that CD and that mug. But also, we're super duper blessed and excited to be offering a small bag of coffee from Grateful Coffee, which is the best coffee I've ever had in my life. It is so good. We're so thankful. Matt Marlowe, who manages that, is on our board, and he's an awesome support, but he's also the best coffee man around. And so we want to give you a little bag of coffee as well. Now, if you're just going crazy for Solace, you really want to support us in a big way, and want to give $50 a month, which that, once you start giving that, that's like starting to change production budgets right there. Then we also want to throw in one of our lovely Solace t-shirts. Amen. So these are comfy t-shirts, y'all. These are good t-shirts. So we want to give you one of those not only as a thank you so you can wear it and be warm, but also it's a great way to share about Solace. It's a great conversation starter. If you have a hard time sharing the gospel wearing this t-shirt, we'll give you a segue into that as well. So we love our t-shirts. They're amazing. We're going to be getting new t-shirts in soon, so if you become a monthly donor, you can get a choice. And lastly, if you are just feeling really blessed and you want to share that blessing with us, you want to give us $100 a month and really impact us here at Solace and what we're able to do, then me and Jeremy would really love to get coffee with you at our favorite coffee shop, Aversboro Coffee, to just thank you for your support, spend a little bit of time with you, because that is obviously a huge blessing for us, because we know there are a lot of nonprofits out there who are struggling this year. And because of our monthly donors, who really are the backbone of the Solace family, we have not only survived this year, but we've thrived this year. And God really used them to bless us, because, me and Jeremy had big ideas for, okay, if this gets shut down or if that can't happen, what are we going to do instead? How are we still going to serve our community? And then we decided to do Fairy Tale, and we're not a film company. We don't know how to do none of that. But God not only provided some amazing creatives to come and help us with the filming and the acting and everything that had to do, like Alina, and all of our filmographers, like Brian and Chris, they were amazing. But also, we had this financial support so that, when we filmed the first week and we were like, oh my gosh, these mics we have are just not going to cut it, we were able to invest in amazing quality microphones. And that raised the production value so much for the show. And so we were just continually blessed by our monthly donors this year. And so we would love for you to join our family in that way if, you are feeling so inclined. But also, it's Giving Tuesday. There are a lot of nonprofits who need financial help right now. There are a lot of churches who need help. So please consider giving to not only Solace Theater, but other nonprofits in our community. This year has been a hard year for a lot of them because we're not able to do shows or we're not able to gather together like we're used to. So this is a great time to be charitable, especially after, I know we all went a little crazy on Black Friday this year. So please consider giving for Giving Tuesday. And we'd love to bless you in return with some gifts. If you're already a monthly donor and you want to raise your monthly giving, we would still like to give you a gift for doing so. This is a great time to raise your giving amount if you hadn't thought about it. You can raise it by any amount. We're going to send you a little coffee and some beans so you can make some grateful coffee for yourself, just as a little thank you for not only to continue to support us, but to increase your support of us, and we're super duper thankful for that. So I'm going to call back up my friends Jeremy and Alina, who are super great. I'm going to sit my stuff down. They're going to close us out with a little song from Joan, and I'm just going to brag on Alina for a second because she's so great. She was one of the key people in Fairy Tale over this summer, and really like since Valkyrie. Yeah. Alina's been pretty great. She won the Kingmakers Award this year, and so, yeah, you know.
It's funny that she was literally the star in Jake. She was literally the star in Jake and Rachel. I'm like, yeah, but then Valkyrie, that's when she really because Alina's pretty much always been there.
Yeah, she's been pretty great. She helps me out so much in what I do with Solace, and so I'm really, really thankful for her. And so she's going to sing this song from Joan called Summer's Day. It's my favorite song from the show. And I think it's really poignant right now in a world where we feel like there's so much going on, there's so much that's going wrong that we can tell isn't right. And this show, I think, points to, that we hope for those things to pass away in our time, but that God is good, and one day we're going to be with him in heaven, and that's going to be amazing. So, yes, Alina's going to sing for us now. And
I see a brave new world, though it's still so far away. I see 10,000 sons and daughters put their swords away. When the fighting finally stops and the war is finally done, we will leave our swords behind and come marching home again. I see a summer's day, every family at peace. Joining hands, we'll tell the world, we'll shout it through the streets, that it's safe to come outside. The battle's far behind. God has brought us home at last. So step into the light, 'cause the fighting finally stopped and the war is finally done. And we will leave our swords behind and come marching home forever home. But tomorrow I'll wake up and the war will not be done. But I have to stay strong. I have to believe that my summer's day will come. God, help me stay strong. Help me believe that my summer's day will come.
Wipe a little tear.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have for you tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. Like we said, if you would check us out at solacetheater.org/donate, we'd love to get to know you, share some more with you. Thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you soon.
I get the idea this isn't you. It seems like everything you've been through has built up walls, and you break when they fall. And I know the fear that's inside, a loss you felt a million times has put you in chains, and you're trapped by the ache. But there's another option here. You don't have to disappear. Oh, never, never, never give up hope that you can survive, 'cause whenever, ever, ever walls fall, it's a chance to rise face down those black clouds and find sunlight behind. That time's not never, never, never. It's now. Courage can seem so hard to find, so many things kept locked inside, but God can break the chains. Yeah, He is the way to never, never, never give up hope that you can survive, 'cause whenever, ever, ever walls fall, it's a chance to rise face down those black clouds and find sunlight behind. Your time's not never, never, never. What if it's hard? What if it hurts? What if it all comes crashing down? What if I can't even make a sound? I won't say it's easy, and I won't say it's fast. But if God's your first step, He will help you to take the next step. Oh, never, never, never give up hope that you can survive, 'cause whenever, ever walls fall, it's a chance to rise face down those black clouds and find sunlight behind. Your time's not never, never, never. Oh, don't say never, never, never. No, it's not never, never, never. It's now. It's
Send your angels down, keep your spirit